Welcome back to some new r/malicious compliance stories, where people comply to the letter, but not the spirit of a request. I hope you had a great day. Thanks for all the likes and comments on the last video. And now let's start with the first story. It's called Dress Code Revolt. Back in the day, my town's public schools had a strict dress code for girls, requiring us to wear a dress or skirt and blouse, even during the snowy New England winters. I remember freezing on my walk to the bus stop and waiting there in the cold. Boys also had to follow a dress code, wearing dress pants and collared shirts. In high school, the rules required us to remove coats, boots and other outdoor weather gear at our lockers in the school corridor before entering any other rooms. So a few other girls and I came up with a plan. On cold days, we'd wear warm pants under our skirts and remove them in the corridor before heading to class. This stirred things up. Teachers and the principal weren't too happy, but since these pants were classified as weather gear in the rulebook, originally thinking only of boys, we found a loophole. When they told us to go to a bathroom to change, I pointed out that the rules said weather gear had to be removed in the corridor before entering the rooms. More girls began copying us, and eventually the administration grew frustrated with the possibility of girls unintentionally showing underlayers while changing. The pants also wrinkled our skirts, which disrupted the neat appearance the dress code required. In the end, we won. They allowed us to wear pants instead of skirts all day in winter. From there, we stretched it to rainy spring days too. Finally, they gave up altogether and we could choose pants any day. This change soon opened the door to more casual choices, like jeans for everyone. The next story is called Do Nothing. A couple of years ago, I worked in customer support for an investment and pensions department within a larger company. My role was mainly to answer the phone and assist customers with questions about their accounts, or with features they usually needed an account for. I had only been with the company for about 3 months, had finished my training, and was newly cleared to take calls unmonitored. However, a supervisor would still listen back to 3 or 4 of my calls each day, just to be safe. As the end of the tax year approached, the lines became incredibly busy from open to close. Most of the calls I handled were straightforward. All I really needed to do was verify a few details, and then transfer the customer to the appropriate department. Given the high volume and simplicity of the calls, I was averaging around 20 to 30 a day. After a week though, I received a message from my team leader, telling me that I was taking too many calls, and that they couldn't review a high enough percentage to fairly evaluate my performance. Starting the next day, I took 1 call, passed the customer on, then waited about an hour before taking another call. All the while, the queue kept growing longer, with wait times reaching 2 to 3 hours. A couple of weeks later, I had a review with my team leader. He mentioned that my customer verification process wasn't meeting company standards. I explained that I was following the guidelines we received during training, but that additional guidance had either been contradictory or vague. He then told me that the next day I should log in, mark myself as in training so I wouldn't receive calls, and wait for further instructions. So the next morning I logged in, marked myself as in training, and waited. For the next 5 days I sat in my home office with my work laptop on, waiting for a message from him. It gave me plenty of time to catch up on video games. The following week, I received a message from a manager a few levels above my team leader, asking why I hadn't taken a single call in 5 days. I explained what my team leader had instructed, provided screenshots of emails, and reiterated that I was still waiting to hear back. She said she would look into it and get back to me. That led to another week of video games and naps on company time. In the end, I was made redundant, and since the company was outsourcing 90% of the call handling to another country, I took the balance of my annual leave. While it wasn't an ideal outcome, those 2 weeks of downtime were honestly pretty nice. The third story is called Shirt Prints. I needed some t-shirts screen printed for a summer camp I was running. I wanted each one to have the camp logo, summer camp, and either the camper's name or the staff role, like a ranger or a coach. I went to a big change store I've used before, where I usually pay about €10 per shirt for the printing. They are typically quick and get it done while I browse around. This time though, when I asked for an estimate, the quote came back at €32 per shirt. This was just for the screen print too. I'd already brought my own shirts. I asked for a price breakdown. It was €10 for the logo, €20 for 2 lines of text, and an extra 2 for same-day service, even though there weren't any other orders in the queue. Surprised, I pulled up their website and asked if I could get the service I'd previously used. I wanted the logo and text combined into a single print design, all in one color, just a simple line logo, but the employee insisted on going by the book. I thanked them and went to Instagram, pulled up a blank story, added the logo, name, role, and the camp name, saved it as an image, and then vectorized it using my phone's photo editor. I did this for each camper and staff role, creating a single logo image for each shirt. Then I emailed all the images to the store's workshop. Turns out sending it as picture only was only €8 per shirt, €2 cheaper than I'd been paying all this time. So I ordered exactly as I needed. This logo on this size shirt, that logo on that one, and didn't need a rushed service, since I was first in line anyway. Not only did I get the shirts just how I wanted, but being by the book actually saved me money this time. The next story is called Medical Certificates. This one comes from my dad's time working at Ford. Like most places, the usual policy was that a single day off didn't need a medical note, but multiple days in a row, or those around public holidays, did. A new manager decided that he wanted to crack down on employees taking the occasional sick day. So he made a new rule that every single day off sick would now need a medical certificate. People followed his rule, but instead of just taking one day, they'd now go to the doctor and take the whole week off. Around here, doctors are pretty laid back. They'll usually ask how many days off you'd like when writing a note. Since employees also got 14 days of sick leave per year, that new policy turned a single day off into a full week out. Needless to say, the policy didn't last long and was eventually reversed. Funny enough, I saw this come up again at my first job. A new manager proudly announced that every sick day would require a certificate. I mentioned my dad's story, and this new rule was scrapped within 2 hours. The last story is called Script Policy. I work in customer support for a company that provides specialized software to major players in the healthcare industry. Our clients aren't your average users. They are hospitals, clinics, and medical centers, where downtime can have serious consequences. I've been with the company for 5 years, so I know our software inside and out. Because of that, I'm often able to troubleshoot unusual problems and get things back on track without a hassle. A few months ago though, a new supervisor named Alex joined us. He came in fresh from a corporate management program, ready to make changes focused on efficiency and productivity. In his mind, the solution to our slow response times was simple: a script-only policy. According to him, every client interaction had to be scripted to avoid wasting time on unnecessary advice. No more custom solutions, no additional steps, no thinking outside the box. If a client's issue wasn't in the script, we were supposed to log it, escalate it, and have them wait for a callback. When Alex announced the new policy, I raised my hand, explaining that most clients call us precisely because they are dealing with specific time-sensitive issues. Sticking rigidly to the script would only frustrate them, and in many cases fail to solve their problems entirely. But Alex didn't budge. "Everyone follows the script, no exceptions," he said, with a confident smile, making it clear he thought he was reinventing the wheel. "If our biggest client calls, you follow the script." A couple of weeks later, I get a call from the CEO of one of our top clients, a major healthcare network we've worked with for years. They hold a multi-million-dollar contract with us, and losing them would be catastrophic. The CEO is calling in a panic because their entire system is down. The glitch is blocking access to patient records and diagnostics, putting patient care at risk. This isn't just a technical issue, it's affecting real people's health. As soon as he describes the issue, I recognize it. It's a known bug with a simple 5-minute workaround, something I've handled a dozen times before. But here's the thing, the fix isn't in the script. Now I'm torn. My instincts tell me to help him to prevent a disaster, but Alex's strict orders echo in my head. Follow the script, no exceptions. If I help, I risk my job. If I don't, I risk this client's contract. So I do exactly as Alex instructed. I go through the script, step by step. The CEO is quickly losing patience. When he interrupts, asking why I'm wasting time, I explain the policy. I'm only allowed to offer solutions that are in our script. If this doesn't work, I can escalate the case, and someone will call you back within 24 hours. The CEO goes silent, then says, "Escalated." Now, I log the issue and escalate it for a callback, as instructed. Within an hour, word spreads that Alex has been summoned to an emergency meeting with our department head. Apparently, the CEO of our client had reached out directly to our company's leadership, demanding an explanation for the drop in service quality and threatening to take his business elsewhere. Rumor has it he even said, "If your idea of support is running through a script instead of fixing the problem, then we are done here." By the end of the day, we all received an email titled "Script Policy Update." Effective immediately, we were now encouraged to use best judgment and to go off script as needed for high priority issues. Alex's entire efficiency plan was scrapped on the spot, and he's now under performance review. It's safe to say he's lost a lot of respect from our team, and I'm not sure his reputation will ever recover after that blunder. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And if you have time, watch another one of my videos. Also, if you want to support me further, check out the channel membership or Patreon. And now, I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Bye bye.